and today I'm doing a completely off the floor stretching session. We'll be using a chair, a bench, a couch, whatever you have available for you. We'll be sitting on it and also using it for balance. Let's face your chair and go into a cat-cow. Round your pelvis underneath, round your back, tuck your chin, and then extend everything. Push your hips back, look up towards the ceiling gently, and repeat. So I have soft knees on this. They're not locked out. My elbows are also soft while they support me. Let's do one more. Last one, look up towards the ceiling. Good. Get into a staggered stance. I want you to tuck your pelvis under a little bit. Ooh, let me switch my feet. Okay, so foot closest to the chair is the one that's in front. Tuck your pelvis and then bring the other arm up and over. And you should be feeling this in the back of your hip. Not the back of your hip, your back hip right here. Also deep into that psoas muscle. And if you need a deeper stretch, you can open your chest up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. We're gonna hold for a few more seconds. My back heel is off the floor. My weight is shifted slightly forward. Release. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna turn my back to the camera so that I can use my chair for balance. Leg closest to the chair is in front. Staggered stance, tuck that tail, and then lift up and over. And then remember, you can twist that chest up towards the ceiling if you want a deeper stretch here. I'm feeling this in the front of my back leg's hip. Also up into my torso as my psoas stretches out. Now during this session, I'm going to be moving my chair around just so that you can see me better. You don't need to follow along. Come on out of that psoas stretch. We're going into a dynamic hamstring stretch. Get your balance on one leg, bring the other foot to rest in front of you, and then we hinge forward and back up. And if this, just standing here with your leg up on the chair is enough of a stretch, that's fine. You really don't need to do a big hinge forward here. You can keep it pretty small. And if you feel like that hamstring on the back of your thigh starts to release, try to hinge forward a little bit more. And I also don't want a rounded back. Keep the back flat. That'll increase the amount of stretch with the smallest amount of motion. Last one, go ahead and switch over to the other foot. Hinge forward and back up with a flat back. And I am keeping my hips totally squared off here. So they're not creeping out to the side, they're not twisted in any way. A few more seconds here. Again, as that hamstring starts to release, try to come a little bit deeper, hinging the torso forward. Last one. All right. We're gonna use your chair for an assisted quad stretch. So get your outside leg right up next to the chair. Inside knee comes to rest on the chair. We're gonna bend both knees, grab your foot that's raised, and then stand up. And when you feel comfortable here, lift all the way up, lift that leg off the chair if you can. So now we're in a quad stretch. And if you lose your balance, you can just tap the knee down to the chair. And to increase this stretch, gently pull the knees closer together and then tuck the pelvis. And you're gonna feel that right in the top, right above your hip flexors. Not right above, right at your hip flexors. 3, 2, and release. Bend both knees to release. I'm gonna turn away so you can see this from the opposite direction. You just turn, bend both knees, grab the foot, and then stand up into that quad stretch. And again, when you get your balance, start to bring the knees closer together and gently tuck the pelvis and push the hips forward just a little bit. I don't want a big arch in the back. Now, if you can't reach your foot on this, understandable. It's hard to reach your foot for some people. You can always grab a towel or a yoga strap to assist you. Bend the knee, release. Next up, we've got a figure 4 stretch. So I'm gonna just move my chair so you can see me. Your chair can stay right where it is. Face your chair, soft knee on the bouncing leg, cross the ankle over the opposite knee, and and then shoot the hips back into a figure four. Whew, major stretch in this crossed over knee. Remember to breathe here. Especially if this is uncomfortable, remember to breathe. A few more seconds on this side and then we'll repeat on the other leg. Okay, straighten up, get your balance on the other side and cross that second leg over. Sink the hips back. Okay, I can really tell I did some lower body exercises yesterday. My hips are very tight today. As those hip muscles start to release, you can sink lower if you like to. Always using that chair for balance and support. A few more seconds here and then we're going to stand all the way up. And I do recommend that you have your shoes on for this stretch. Okay, come on out of that. I recommend you have your shoes because we're doing a calf stretch. So flex your foot, put it up against your chair or whatever you're using, and then shift your weight gently forward. I don't want you lifting up the back heel to like push you forward, just letting your body weight like gently shift you into that calf stretch. Now the reason I said that I recommend shoes is doing this with bare feet is fine. You're not gonna hurt yourself. I mean, hopefully you won't hurt yourself. But shoes help me to flex the entire foot, not just like one toe at a time. A little bit more effective of a calf stretch. And release, let's repeat that on the other foot. Flex the foot and then shift your weight forward. Oh, that feels great. So I'm doing this off the floor stretching today because I want to make stretching and movement accessible to as many bodies as possible, as many bodies as want to participate in exercise. And keeping people off the floor, because it's hard to get down on and off the floor sometimes for people. Keeping us off the floor, it makes it accessible to more bodies. Okay, come on out of that. I'm gonna flip my chair so that you can see me a little bit better. You, again, can keep your chair right where it is. Take a seat, take a load off. I want you to grab behind your chair. Now this might be enough of a stretch for you. That's fine, you stay right there. If it's not enough of a stretch for you, I want you to walk yourself forward on your seat and then extend the elbows and let the chest open up. And you can actually lean away from that chair to open your chest. So this is a pretty gentle stretch. Well, for me, I have very flexible shoulders. This might be tough for you. I should remember. Not all movements are the same for every person. Okay, release. Keep your seat on the chair. Grab your opposite knee and then gently twist over towards the side. Keeping the chest open is going to increase that stretch. And your hips are staying facing forward, but this is a spinal twist for you. I'm resting my back arm on the back of this chair. You can also release it, whatever's comfortable for you. Grabbing the back of the chair helps me get a little deeper of a stretch. Let's release, repeat that on the other side. Grab the opposite knee and gently twist your chest open. You can repeat this stretching circuit anytime you need to, after a tough workout, after a long day at work, after a stressful day at work. Okay, release that spinal twist. Keep your seat right where you are. I'm just twisting because I want you to be able to see this forward fold. I'm sliding my hands forward on my legs. You can get wider if you have a belly, if you need to make room for it. And then just let yourself drop your head, drop your chest as far as you can. Shake the head no. Nod the head yes. And then just let it hang. Deep breath in if you can. I know you're in a squished position here. And then roll on up. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I've got more workouts like this on there. Also, if you enjoyed this stretching session, please give it a like. Liking my videos helps other people to find them. All right, I'm Natalie Carey. Thank you so much for being excellent to yourself today.